Hello, everyone. I am here with my friend Deb King, who is joining me from Australia. Amazing. And I just love the modern world that we can connect to people everywhere and there's no barriers. And as you can see in her background there, the Wisdom Playground is the theme of what she's doing, which I think is such a cool juxtaposition because you don't often think, right, of like wisdom and playfulness in the same sphere. So, is there a reasoning behind putting those things together?
Absolutely. Thank you so much for having me. And yes, indeed, it is. It's it's really interesting. The Wisdom Playground was born in 2020 when we my business partner and I realized we want to create our best possible future. We want to do business in different ways. We're saying anything that happened BC before COVID needs a refresh. And what if we take the best of ancient wisdom, spiritual wisdom, modern science, and business and consciously create better ways? And we absolutely can because anything's possible. And if we don't consciously do it, we'll just create what we know. So we're bringing our wisdom, but also playfulness because that's a fun way to live, and it's also the most powerful to step into our creativity and expand and step into those possibilities. So it's a beautiful playground that has evolved into focusing on coaches, healers, practitioners, people who have wisdom to uplift humanity in some way, for them to come and play and co-create better ways to do business where they actually are getting amazing results with their clients and making really healthy financial flow and with more ease.
Yeah,
With
with
more
the
ease as well. So ease, joy, and mullah. Do you use that word in the States, mullah?
no.
Oh, money.
Oh, I gotcha. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, we have to find a word that a
There's just
fun word
so
for money.
many. There's so many words for it. Like my kids now are saying dollar bucks. You know where that
Oh,
comes from?
no.
Bluey, which is an Australian
Ah,
cartoon.
right. There we
We've
go.
also learned that you can call a toilet a dunny. Never
Yes.
heard that word before. So Bluey's mother doesn't like it.
Oh my gosh. So you're getting a good education about Australia from Bluey. I love it.
We are. But anyway,
Yeah. Well, bucks. I was thinking about bucks because it's definitely it's like in what we said the old era where there was people who just focused on money, and then the heart centered spiritual people didn't focus on money at all. It's
yeah,
like bringing it together so that we can actually have it all, have the joy, have the ease, and have the bucks.
yeah, that's right. This is why we're friends. Totally agree. And I
Yeah.
love the consciousness part of it, the consciously deciding to put these things together to take the best out of each system and world. Because I think a lot of times we just kind of stumble into things and we sort of like, oh yeah, I'm sort of loosely inspired by this or that. So I don't often hear people talking about making a choice about what piece of each thing we want to put together and how is that whole going to be bigger than the sum of its parts.
Thank you. Yes. And that, I mean, I think that that's part of it, of every single one of us is a piece of the puzzle. If it's a big jigsaw, we've all got our piece to play and we all have our magic to bring. And the more we can really connect and get curious and collaborate and find ways to bring all of it together, because we're not meant to do this alone, but together, wow, we can really create so much. And like you say, consciously do it in a way that has it work for everyone.
Yeah. One of the things when I first met you that was really inspiring and interesting was you were telling me about the thing that the top 1% of coaches do. And that really got my attention. Very fascinating that Deb and her business partner have actually looked at real data about what successful business coaches, life coaches, all of this spiritual entrepreneur coaches are doing, because there's a lot of people doing it and mixed results. I think it's kind of like with books, when I was in publishing, it's like only 1% or something of authors are going to sell a decent number of books. And the coaches, it's the same way, like, not to be discouraging, but there are things that these successful coaches are doing that you pulled out and looked at.
Yes, yes, absolutely. And so that's a good point. The people who are selling books need to come to you to make sure that they sell lots, and then the people who are coaches or in that domain, we use the word the most successful coaches have a broad definition. Firstly,
Mm,
because some of the coach training schools have very narrow definitions and rules around it. Whereas a coach, what we're saying is someone who takes a very important person from where they are to where they want to be in greater comfort. And therefore, you're going to wear multiple hats to do that, which could be coaching in a whole bunch of other modalities, could be training, could be cheerleading, could be all the different things that you do to support someone, right?
yeah.
So the top 1% are the ones that actually are making money. They've got happy repeat clients. They're actually got a thriving business around their passion of what they do. And they do things very differently to the other 99%. And it's not like it's not taught anywhere. It's not taught in coaching schools. It's not taught in business schools. This has been uncovered by my genius business partner, Gabby Button, who did research with hundreds of coaches, hundreds of clients when she was building a tech platform. And the byproduct of that showed her that only 1% are truly thriving, but the different things they did are amazing. And we now teach these principles so that all coaches and healers that want to thrive can actually apply it, whether they're a high performance coach or a healer helping someone overcome trauma. There's ways to put these things in place around their magic so that the client really sees their progress. That's a big one. Often when we have shifts in life, whether we've worked with someone or not, we kind of embody the new version of ourselves. We forget where we came from. So if a coach doesn't actually have a very powerful way of helping their clients see and feel the progress, the client is actually potentially not even going to realize they got value from the coach, even if they did.
Yeah.
A really big one, and there's some simple tools and structures you can put in place to do that very powerfully. A coach to be successful needs to make their wisdom visible. So I didn't even know this. I was life coach trained and I've done lots of different modalities and things over the years. I started way back in 2003. But it wasn't until talking to Gabby that I didn't even realize I had wisdom to share,
Mm,
because I've learnt so many things from different people. So I don't really see it as mine, but it's my combination of bringing all of the best of all the stuff I've done from training, but also my life experience and also, all the different gazillion things we all go through are all part of our wisdom. And so there's a beautiful process to unpack that and start to share that and that's what the world needs right now, right? For us to be sharing our wisdom. And
yeah.
a lot of coaches, if they've been coach trained, may just think they're not meant to bring themselves to the table, that they're meant to let their client come up with all their answers. When
Mm,
actually, to have a successful business, it's essential we share our wisdom as well. Of course, the skill of coaching is very powerful, and I'm a big fan and love it. But we also need to bring our wisdom to the table. That's a couple of things. I could go on with a few more if you want. Depends how much you want
She is
on
just
this
like,
topic.
this is your, like, calling, and you really are passionate and understand it on such a deep level, and just in casual passing you're dropping like such important, interesting things about what it takes to be successful as a coach. So love that. So interesting, things I never would have thought of.
Oh yeah, it's really powerful once we know this information because it can be applied to whatever we're doing in our business, whether it's one-to-ones, group programs, group coaching, group training, retreats, anything. These principles are It's game changer. Basically, the reason why I'm so excited is because it's the program I wish I knew my whole career. When Gabby showed me the research, I went, "Oh my god, we have to get this to the world. This will change the industry. This is what we're not taught this as coaches." And so, together with all my experience and Gabby's experience, we created this program, and it really is changing so many people's lives because there's a lot of coaches and healers and practitioners who've done a lot of programs out there, what we might call a silver bullet marketing,
Mhm.
like make six figures in overnight and blah blah blah.
Right. 12
And
hours from now, you're going to be a millionaire.
exactly. And we get attracted to that because we're like, oh, I love that. And then we invest in that and we don't get the result. And we do that lots of times. We start to actually get burnt and think something's wrong with us because we're not getting the result. But what we've seen is people that have had that feeling come to us, and after the first masterclass, actually completely feel empowered and know exactly what they need to do. So, like, it really is very, very exciting. And yeah, I could talk about this all for hours.
I like how it is for any kind of coaching and even probably businesses more widely, like service industry, people like me, um, as well can probably benefit from that. And so it's kind of like it's a framework that gets put on top of whatever you already know. It's not like, oh, don't do that coaching program, come to my coaching program. No, it's like learn your coaching and then add this business framework to it so that you can have both together in this perfect marriage.
That's right. It's because you have wisdom to share, and that's what you share with your clients. And so you don't need to even see yourself necessarily as a coach to benefit from the principles that you can use to, and I'm going to use the word structure, how you work with clients. And there's many of us who are intuitive and creative who are resistant to structure, but actually it's structure that gives the ease and freedom. It really allows us to have such better results. It makes our clients feel safe because the clarity of how we're communicating with them and how we're articulating what we do is what they need. They need to have that to feel really comfortable to hand over a lot of money. When we know the structure that the top 1% do, we can feel completely aligned in a high ticket item as well because we know we can get clients results. We know exactly that we have a powerful program. And so it's worth it. We're fully aligned with the price, so it becomes easier to sell it. Um,
Mm,
so yeah, the structure that it's again something I wish I knew my whole career, and it's not taught anywhere else.
yeah. It reminds me of my days learning poetry. And it's amazing how often my degree in poetry comes up in my life in marketing. But it's really exactly the same way that obviously creative writing and poetry is very creative. So you think like have all the freedom, you can say anything and that would produce the best results. But the truth is that a poetic structure produces more beautiful, better poems, and that there are dozens of different kinds of structures that you can utilize to create your poem. And in writing poetry, I definitely found that there was more freedom and creativity in playing around in those rules. Too much freedom was just like, I don't know what to do. But once you have that, like, here are the building blocks and let's see how we can creatively entwine them, it produces very powerful results. So it just sounds so similar.
Well, yeah, you've experienced it. It's so weird for those of us who have been resistant to structure to think it actually creates more freedom, more ease, more better results, all of that. It's mind blowing because it's so kind of weird for our brain, but everything actually has structure. We like to use the metaphor of all buildings on the planet have foundational engineering principles so that the building will stand up and actually not fall over, right? And yet all the buildings look different because of the different architecture and different interior design and all that. And that's why the structure we're saying we're teaching is it doesn't matter what type of coach you are, you
Decorate
apply
however you want to.
personalize it. Yeah, you personalize it to your style, what's going to suit your clients. It's principles that you can kind of, once you understand them and you understand why they matter, you can play with them and make them your own.
Yeah.
Mm.
And I love structure. So I've always been on, I don't know, kind of mixed because I'm also creative, but um structure makes me feel like you said, safe, and like my brain doesn't have to be worrying about those things. It has the chance to focus on things that are more important because I have that safety and security of knowing that these parts are just taken care of. They're just doing their thing and it's all set. So that's what makes me feel safe about having systems in place.
It's really when we can have the systems in place, it makes it easier where you don't, like you say, have to think about things and keep trying to create it because there's certain things that you're going to just have that just happen with ease, and then you can be really creative in the other parts. You
Yeah.
have capacity and energy and time for it. I think that's why some of the really successful entrepreneurs just wear the same t-shirt color every day so they don't have to think about what to wear. It's one less decision.
I have heard that. I am not that kind of person at all.
Yeah.
My clothes are very colorful.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I loved, yeah, the same for me. But it's that concept of what are the things that we keep doing the same that could free up other time for things that are more important for us.
Yeah.
And having structure in how we work with clients, there's some foundational things. Well, I mean, we have editable templates that can be set up so every time you get a client, it's the same kind of process that makes it just easy for you and for them.
And then you
And
could really grow into these other areas when you're not like spinning your wheels doing the same thing over and over and over, which of course is similar with sales funnels. And I met somebody the other day who told me that he's manually sending welcome emails when someone signs up. There is no automation. So he's bringing people in, they sign up, and he gets like a notification. So he has to go to his computer and open it up and write out the welcome email for every single person, which is just wild. Your time
yeah,
is better spent doing something else. I mean, I'm all for nurturing people and making a connection and relationships, but like you got to prioritize your time well because how are you going to deliver something amazing for somebody if you're spending that much time writing a welcome email?
I think that there's many of us, including myself, which there's some automating systems that could be so useful and they still help you nurture the people properly.
Hmm.
Um, and so it's like, yeah, it's that whole thing of understanding what we're doing and how can we leverage our time. And you're right, there's certain things like a welcome email that even if yeah, yeah, automation is a good thing for certainly for things like that.
So
I
I'm
agree.
curious how you got connected with Gabby. Where did that relationship begin?
So we both have done a program called Money and You. Have you heard of Money and You?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, so it's a really powerful program. It's been around for a bit over 40 years, and a lot of the who's who have done it. People like Tony Robbins, Robert Kiyosaki, Jack Canfield, people that did Ben and Jerry's ice cream, Paul Mitchell hair products. Like you'll be amazed how many people in personal development and business have done this program over the years, and it's very very powerful because when you go to this program, you play games, and when you play a game, you get a result. And we play a lot of games, and all those results kind of reflect in how how is your mindset around yourself, your money, your relationships, your business, and you get a lot of insight. So whether you've done no personal development or tons, you're going to get the insights that are relevant for you, and it's very, very powerful. And what's exciting about the program is once you've done it, you can do it anywhere in the world for the rest of your life. And so I did it in 2017. Gabby had done it about 20 years before. In 2019, we both happened to be in a room in Brisbane, in Australia, and we got to meet and we stayed in touch. And then when all the crazy of 2020 was happening, we were just having lots of conversations, and we started a Facebook group which is now called Conversations and Collaborations for Our Best Possible Future. And we wanted to just focus on how do we do things better rather than try to go back to normal.
Mm.
Um, and the Wisdom Playground was born. So, yeah.
I have
Yeah.
a 4-year-old who just woke up,
Oh,
curled up on the floor right now.
hello. Hello, sweetheart.
So,
Uh,
your program that you and Gabby put together is really a step-by-step, like fully guided, which again, like triggers that it's safe. It's like you can really be confident and know like exactly what the next step is, and the next step, and the next step, so that you come out at the end with the outcome that you want, which is kind of a metaphor for what they're going to be doing with their clients too.
yeah, that's the cool thing. You learn everything you need to create what you want to do for yourself, but you're also experiencing the tools
Hmm.
in the program with us, so you can also feel what it's like as a participant and what feels aligned for you to include, because there's templates and stuff like that. So you get to choose from your own experience what's going to work for your clients.
That
It's
is
really
very cool.
yeah.
So if people want to learn more about that, where should they go? What should they do next?
Okay. So, our website, thewisdomplayground.com, so THE wisdomplayground.com, is where on the homepage there is a free mini guide that people are welcome to have. That kind of identifies 8 key insights that the top 1% actually do very well, and you can rate yourself on those. There is one called Having a Deep Desire to Make an Impact. If you are low in all the others, we can help you. If you don't, we need you to probably have your own desire to have your impact. That one's, but if you all the others, if you're really low, it doesn't matter. We can help you.
Mm.
Um,
That's
and
intrinsic. You got to come with the desire to help
yeah,
impact the
yeah.
world. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. You need to have some sort of calling within you that has you want to do something to positively impact others and help people, because we like helping people who help people.
Hmm.
And our next Skyrocket program, we have a couple of places. So I would say get in touch with me. We can have a chat, and get you onto that program if you want to fast track. It is truly,
Oh,
I
I
would say,
love
game changing, for anyone who really wants to be one of the best on the planet, who really wants a thriving business, who is ready to fully actually skyrocket their results,
it.
where the name sort of came from.
Yeah. I've looked at some of the materials and I haven't done it yet, but it is very tempting. So if you feel any sort of calling towards it, I definitely would say reach out, learn more, follow that calling and see, you don't have to make a decision right now, but to learn more about it, because it's a very cool program with
Yes,
a lot
we would
going
love
for
to
it.
play with you. Yeah, please just reach out to me. I'm happy to have a conversation, because we really are on a mission to have more awesome, good humans truly thriving. And as I said, I'm just so passionate about this because it's not taught anywhere else as far as I know. And there's a lot of things about mindset out there. And really, sometimes we do need to shift our mindset and really expand our capacity to receive, for sure. But actually, we also need to know how to create this structure around our business so that we know for sure our clients can get results. Even if they don't get what they thought they wanted when they come, they turn into a raving fan. That's what these tools can do. And when you know that, you have absolute embodied confidence and certainty and such alignment with the charging the prices you want. It is absolutely the way to create the most successful business. And so I'm super passionate about helping those people who want that.
I've been on the other side of that. I met somebody who I started going to for therapy, and I wanted to say yes to her because her confidence was just in the stratosphere. She just knew. She was like, "Yep, I can help you with that." And that made me feel so reassured because I had tried different people and it's like, "Oh, yeah, wishy-washy, maybe, I don't know." And, "Oh, honey, I'm almost done. You could go back to your bed, you know. I can join you there."
Oh,
Okay, I will stop. Um,
one of the things that on that topic of what you were just saying is many of us who've been coach trained have, like, we know that it's up to the client to do the work, right? So we have almost been told not to guarantee results because really it is up to the client, and that is true, but a client is coming to us because they can't achieve something alone, so we have a responsibility to help them. And when you know the right structure and tools to help them in a way where they're going to get results, even if it's not what they thought they wanted, because what we teach is actually measuring two streams of data. So one is the let's say goal or the reason why they've come to you, what the client's desired future is, and one is your area of wisdom of all the skills and knowledge they're going to develop on the journey with you. These are stuff they don't even know they don't know when they first come to you, but on the journey with you, they get educated, expanded, and they're blown away and really see their own growth and really see the value. So it's actually so powerful that like when you have all these right tools and structures, and they're quite simple and easy, when you have them in place, it is so easy to guarantee results for your clients, which is cool.
yeah. And that's
So
how
cool.
people will spend money if they are certain that they're gonna get the solution to their problem.
Yeah.
If they're
Yeah.
saying, if I'm not spending money, it's because I haven't been really convinced deep down in my heart that this is gonna be the solution I'm looking for.
Yeah.
And I often tell people in sales funnels, like, trust people's instincts. It's also okay if they say, no, I can tell this is not going to get me where I want to go. Okay, trust that they understand themselves. But this is also a part of it that when you can show them something so clear and, okay, I understand exactly where you want to go, and this is how I do it. And they go, yeah, I believe that that's gonna get me the solution to my problem. Of course, they're gonna spend money to get that. So,
Yeah. And there's no confusion when we have full clarity, because that was one of my things. I struggled as a coach, great coach, really great in the sessions, but my most thriving was when I represented other coaching organizations to coach. I won Coach of the Year, all sorts of stuff. But when it came to actually in my own business as a coach, I was, even though I had a marketing degree and I'd be top of sales teams of other companies, my marketing sales for myself was really lacking. And part of it was I wasn't clear on how to articulate it, how I worked with people. Clients do not want to hear we work on what comes up, even though as a coach, you will actually work on what comes up. That is part of it. But clients need more than that to really feel safe, as we said, the word safe. They really want to not have any confusion to buy. If they won't buy if they're confused, and they, like you said, they need to believe that they're actually going to get the solution they're looking for. So
yeah.
yeah.
Well, I think we need to wrap up on that note because things are just gonna get louder over here.
Okay, that's
But
cool. Thank you so much for
thank
chatting
you
with
for
me.
coming. All right, so we will put some links in the show notes so people can get connected with you and learn more about what you're doing. I think it's so unique and so needed. So I'm really, really happy that we connected and that you were able to come on.
Thanks, Carolyn. It's brilliant to connect with you always. You're adorable, and I really appreciate you.
All right.